All right, let's talk Alexander Isak. We have to do that. Less than 3 weeks now until the close of the window. So what's your reading of the situation?
Look, I think the longer this goes on, the longer there is stalemate, so to speak, the more likelihood there is of Alexander Isak playing for Newcastle this season. Look, Liverpool came in for him 10 days ago, didn't they, with that bid of £110 million plus add-ons. It feels like it's been a long 10 days since then. Now, of course, as we know, Newcastle tried to line up a replacement for him. They thought Benjamin Sesko was that man. Instead, of course, he opted for Manchester United at the last moment, and it left Newcastle high and dry. I feel their options now, between now and the end of the transfer window, are getting less and less, and I think there's a huge question mark hanging over the Isak deal, because Newcastle will not allow the Swedish striker to leave and join Liverpool if they don't have a ready-made replacement lined up. As I say, the options are fairly thin on the ground, and as the days tick on, I would say it's increasingly likely that he will be a Newcastle player. Clearly not happy, Alexander Isak, but neither are the Newcastle United supporters. It feels like there's been a lot of bridges burned these last couple of weeks. They're not happy with his conduct, so a lot is going to have to be smoothed over behind the scenes for him to continue here and continue in a positive way, because he was a real fan's favourite. Think of all those Newcastle fans, Mike, who of course he reduced to tears at the cup final back in March with that winner against Liverpool. People have got Isak 14 tattooed all over their body. You see kids in the street everywhere in Newcastle with Isak 14 on their shirt, and I think for them, they just feel really let down by his conduct these last couple of weeks. So Eddie Howe's going to have to do his best man management skills with not just the player, but with the supporters as well, to ensure that they can move on from this. But look, there is still 3 weeks left. I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool came in with another bid, but until Newcastle have a ready-made replacement, and as I say, they don't have many options left, until they get someone in, Alexander Isak will be going nowhere.
Dharmesh, right, you know transfer windows better than most. How do you see the Isak situation playing out?
I keep changing my mind about it, because the later you go in the window, it's clear Newcastle United will want a replacement. The one thing they've got going in their favour with the Isak situation is that he's still got 3 years left on his contract. Now, this is going to be an almighty job for Eddie Howe if Isak ends up staying or going, both sides, because the replacement that they would have wanted potentially, or to play alongside Isak at the start, Ekitike, is no longer on the table. Benjamin Sesko, they went so hard on Benjamin Sesko, couldn't get that deal over the line. The Jan Wissa one, as Charlotte and Keith were talking about there, is more to do with a replacement maybe for Callum Wilson, numbers-wise, rather than the Isak replacement. So now you've got to ask the question, who is the replacement for Alexander Isak? Who is out there? There's talk that they might be keeping half an eye on Nicholas Jackson. Is he ready to fill someone like Isak's boots? Very, very difficult. And so if he isn't to go, then the next job Eddie Howe's got to do is reintegrate him and make up almost, because he can't be pleased the way that Isak's conducted himself. Like they mentioned there, hearing that he's in Spain through the media. I mean, it's not ideal at all. So I haven't answered your question, have I? But it's I keep changing my mind. At the moment, stays. I'm erring towards stays at the moment.
So reintegration does work then, Dharmesh?
Yeah, I mean, it can. I'm going back to that interview that Keith was doing with Charlotte Robson earlier. As soon as someone starts scoring goals again, in the case of Isak,
exactly,
I think a lot of things can be forgiven, but it's going to, you can't rule anything out with the Isak deal. You could end up with a situation where he might even sign a new contract at Newcastle. You just don't know what can happen.
Liverpool could make a move for highly rated Belgian winger Malick Fofana this summer as part of their ambitious and forward-thinking squad rebuild under newly appointed head coach Arne Slot. The 19-year-old, currently plying his trade with Olympique Lyonnais in Ligue 1, has quickly established himself as one of Europe's most promising young attacking talents. Known for his explosive pace, sharp dribbling ability, quick feet, and intelligence in the final third, Fofana enjoyed a standout breakthrough season in France, catching the eye of scouts in top clubs across the continent, including Liverpool. With the departure of Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich earlier this summer, Liverpool are actively seeking to bolster their wide attacking options. Fofana has emerged as a serious candidate to fill that void on the left flank. The Reds see him not only as a player for the future but also as someone who can contribute immediately, offering depth, unpredictability, and youthful dynamism to their attacking unit. The club's scouting department has long tracked Fofana's development, and they believe he has the technical and mental attributes to adapt quickly to the demands of the Premier League. Fofana is set to complement new attacking arrivals such as Hugo Ekitike, the French striker who recently joined the Reds in a deal aimed at reinforcing the central forward role. The idea of pairing Fofana's creativity and pace on the wing with Ekitike's movement, finishing, and physical presence through the middle has reportedly excited Liverpool's coaching staff. Together, they could form the foundation of a dynamic, youthful frontline capable of evolving into one of the most dangerous attacking trios in English football. Fofana's versatility makes him an even more attractive prospect. He can play on either wing or in a more central creative role, giving Arne Slot additional tactical flexibility. Slot is believed to be a strong admirer of players who can operate fluidly across the front line and press aggressively off the ball, traits that align perfectly with Fofana's style of play. While no official bid has been submitted yet, Liverpool have already conducted internal assessments and held preliminary discussions regarding a possible move. Lyon are reportedly open to negotiating for the right fee, especially as they continue to manage financial pressures and reshape their squad for the coming season. A bid in the region of €60 million could be enough to tempt the French club into selling, although competition from other clubs across Europe could potentially drive up the price. Liverpool are reportedly interested in signing highly rated Italian centre-back Giovanni Leone as part of their long-term defensive rebuild under new head coach Arne Slot. The 17-year-old currently plays for Sampdoria and is considered one of Italy's most exciting young defensive prospects. Despite his age, Leone has already made his professional debut and earned widespread praise for his composure, maturity, and intelligence on the pitch, qualities that have quickly drawn the attention of top European clubs, including those in the Premier League. Liverpool's recruitment team, known for their focus on data-driven scouting and long-term development, have been closely monitoring Leone's progress over the past season. The Italian youth international stands out for his ball-playing ability, calmness under pressure, and strong positional awareness. At 6 feet 2 inches, he also offers physical presence in the heart of defense, along with impressive timing in tackles and aerial duels. For a teenager, his level of maturity and decision-making has turned heads in Serie B and Italy's youth international ranks. With Ibrahima Konate entering the final year of his contract and the club already working to refresh its defensive line, most notably through talks to sign Marc Guéhi, Liverpool are simultaneously planning for the present and the future. Leone is viewed as a strategic signing who could initially join the U21s or development squad, with a clear pathway into the senior side if he continues to progress. This model of development has already proven successful for Liverpool in the past, with the likes of Stefan Bajcetic and Ben Doak making the step up after joining at a young age. Although no formal offer has yet been made, discussions have reportedly taken place internally at Liverpool regarding a possible move for Leone before the end of the transfer window. Sampdoria, who are still rebuilding after relegation from Serie A, may be open to a deal if the right proposal arrives, especially as several European clubs are circling for the teenager's signature. Liverpool's ability to offer top-tier development facilities, a clear progression route, and elite coaching under Arne Slot could give them an edge in negotiations. Liverpool are actively looking to sign Marc Guehi this summer as part of a strategic effort to bolster and reinforce their defensive line ahead of the highly anticipated new Premier League season. The 25-year-old England international centre-back has consistently impressed with his outstanding performances, leadership qualities, and maturity beyond his years at Crystal Palace. Known for his calmness under pressure, excellent ball-playing ability, tactical intelligence, and commanding aerial presence, Guéhi perfectly fits the profile of the modern defender Liverpool are eager to integrate into their squad. With Ibrahima Konate entering the final year of his contract and ongoing concerns over defensive depth, Liverpool are highly motivated to secure a top-quality centre-back who can provide both immediate competition and long-term stability at the heart of the defence. Guéhi's valuable Premier League experience, coupled with his proven ability to perform consistently at a high level, makes him one of the most sought-after defensive targets this summer. According to reports, Liverpool have already entered into serious and advanced talks with Crystal Palace regarding a potential transfer fee, with the club preparing a significant offer to bring the promising defender to Anfield. In fact, Marc Guéhi himself is reportedly very intrigued and enthusiastic about the prospect of joining Liverpool. Sources close to the player reveal that he views the move as a major step forward in his career, an opportunity to compete for prestigious trophies, challenge for Premier League titles, and play regularly in the UEFA Champions League. The chance to work under new head coach Arne Slot, whose dynamic, progressive, and high-energy playing style perfectly suits Guéhi's strengths, has also been a decisive factor in attracting the player's strong interest. Liverpool supporters are hopeful that the deal will be finalised before the transfer window closes, as signing Guéhi would not only enhance the quality and depth of the Reds' defence but also clearly demonstrate the club's ambition and determination to remain highly competitive on all fronts. If completed, Guéhi's arrival would be considered a major coup for Liverpool, signalling a clear statement of intent as they prepare to face the challenges of both domestic and European competitions in the upcoming season.